I wanted to share an experience I had recently. I just want to make it quick. So, me and my wife had gone out on a date. This was like August 15th, and we were celebrating her new job. And before we came home, I wanted to stop by the cigar shop, and I was asking this gal if they had any Monte Cristos, and she said no, they don't carry them, which I was surprised. And then she showed me these acid cigars, and I had never tried one, so I took one. And we were home uh, in our yard, and I was smoking that cigar, and then I hadn't listened to this Irish pub music on my Pandora in like 3 years or so, I think. And uh, we started listening to it, and I remember my friend from high school, and so I sent him a screenshot of the song I was listening to, and he texted back, um, and then uh, and then the next song comes on, and I was like, I like this one too, and sent him the screenshot. And my wife didn't know me and him were talking, and while that song's playing, she said, "This reminds me of you and your friends from high school, like just like maybe having drinks and sitting and being in a or staying at a beach house or something." She's like, "I just picture this from the words of the song." And so I texted my friend that, and I showed her. I said, "I was texting him when you said that," and I had a some time off coming up August 20th to August 30th. So I asked my friend, "What are you doing August 20th to 30th?" And he lives in California. I live in Washington. So when I texted him that, he called me immediately, and he said, "Hey, I usually take my vacation late, but I am taking a vacation from August 25th to the 30th in Mendocino, California, at the beach in a beach cabin." And so he said, "You're welcome to come." So I ended up booking a trip there. While I'm there, or actually during the call, so I'm surprised by all this. I'm talking to him, but I'm used to these synchronicities happening. And so I'm getting off the phone with him, and he says, "I've heard the cigars." He knew I was smoking a cigar, but he goes, "I've heard those acid cigars are really good." And I was happened to be smoking one for the first time while I was talking to him. And then, so then we get to California. I brought four of my kids there, and we're hanging out at the beach, and my friend was going to get there a little later. And the smoke shop there, because I was going to get a cigar for us to share, the smoke shop there was a half hour away. So, and I had forgotten to get one, but I had the cutter, the lighters, and all that. And I was at the beach, and it's really foggy at this beach. And I was walking around, and I wanted to get a picture of the waves hitting the rocks. So I walked pretty far down the beach. My kids were playing and stuff up in the sand and the beach wood and stuff. And so I take the picture, and I'm walking back, and I had to use the bathroom. So I walk up to this beach wood in the fog, and there's a cigar sitting there. And then I was thinking, he's not going to believe this, that this happened, and that I was thinking this in advance and all this. And I'm walking, and I said, he's going to think, was it a whole one? Was it? And then I looked down, and there was a whole cigarette sitting at my feet. And it was just, I know there's not a significance really to the fact that it was a cigar, or like the universe saying, "Hey, why don't you smoke?" But showing that the details of your life are that you're listened to, you're heard. And I don't understand suffering. Like I've said, I actually, before all this stuff was happening, I had become an atheist, and was for about 5 years. And I only came to a point where when these experiences were happening, where I realized that deep down, I was willing to accept the reality that there's nothing, but I still had a deep sadness about it. But it was kind of like a numbness where it felt kind of good though. But I don't necessarily think that when all these things are happening that the response is to grovel or, try to do something. It's just, it reminds me of, and I'm not religious, but it reminds me of the story, like, when I didn't apply a certain mysticism to different scriptures, like, the Upanishads, I just started reading these Hindu writings like in the last year. And then, of course, I had a Christian background, so I had read the Bible. But it makes me think of the story when Jesus turns water to wine, like that mystical meaning behind it. Like, there's enjoyment in life. There's for the sake of enjoyment. There's things that are just for the sake of enjoyment. There's experiences that are for the sake of enjoyment, is what I'm trying to say. And so, anyway, so yesterday I had finally got a chance to tell my mom about this experience, and I'm telling her that the cigar came, and I told her, like, yeah, but and the first thing she asked was it in the package? Was it, was it a whole cigar? And then I get a text this morning with a picture that said, "Hey, I was mowing the lawn the other day and I found this, and I thought you would get a kick out of this." And she sent me a picture of a cigar and a full package that she had found 10 days ago, so September 1st. And I just thought it was really interesting, a really interesting experience. And then one more thing, it's like 7 minutes in. One more thing I had the other day, I work nights, and so I was sleeping, and my brother tried to call me like 3 times. And when I finally checked my phone when I woke up, I called him, and he was asking me to go to Vegas in a couple months. And I had been having a dream prior to even talking to him that I had a carry-on bag and was going into a plane. So, all right. Anyway, I just thought if it's encouraging, great. I do this mostly for just documentation for myself, but if other people are encouraged, I'm happy with that. All right.